Hello, students. Welcome to another lecture on elegy. On some fond breast, the parting soul relies, parting, dying, soul person. Some pious drops, tears. The closing eye requires, closing eye, dead person. Even from the tomb, the voice of nature cries, even in our ashes, live the wanted fire. The poet says that on some fond breast means breast person, fond, loving, near and dear. The poet means to say that every dying person depends on someone near and dear. Some pious drops. The closing eye requires. Every dying person expects, hopes that someone is there who will definitely shed tears in his memory after his death. No one wishes to be a victim of dumb forgetfulness, as the poet says in the previous stanza. So everybody wishes to be remembered after his death. Even from the tomb, the voice of nature cries. Yes, even when one is dead and buried, the same natural desire for loving remembrance is is expressed in the in the in the form of inscriptions on the stones. Even in our ashes live their wanted fire, wanted usual. Thus everybody wishes to be remembered, and this expression find this desire finds expression even in the inscriptions on the tombs, even in our ashes. And then the poet, in the next few stanzas, the poet concludes the poem. For thee who mindful of the unhonored dead, lost in these lines relate their artless tale relate, artless simple, their dead leader. If chance by lonely contemplation led, some kindred spirit shall inquire thy fate. And then the poet said that you are mindful of the unordered, that you are still aware, you still care for these simple villagers, unhonored dead who are lying buried in their graves, uh, unknown. Nobody knows about them, nobody cares for them. But the poet is talking about himself. Lost in these lines, they are artless, tell it, but you still care for them, so you are still telling their life story in these lines. If chance while only contemplation led guided, and by chance it happens that you are guided by your habit of thinking in isolation, some kindred spirits shall inquire the effect. The same kind of person, some kindred similar, some person who is having the same bent of mind will definitely inquire about your fate. Happily, some hairy-hooded swan will say, then some white-haired person may tell. After have we seen him at the peep of day? Often we have seen him at the time of daybreak, brushing with his hasty steps the dews away. We saw him moving quickly, wiping the dewdrops on the grass to meet the sun upon the upland lawn, so that he can see the rising sun. There at the floor of yonder nodding bees, sometimes you have seen it near the beech tree. The rats is old fantastic roots so high, which whose old roots form such fantastic shapes. His length at noontide would he stretch, and he would sometimes be seen lying stretched at noontime, and pour upon the brook that babbles by and there he watches the brook that flows with a murmuring sound. Hard by your wood, sometimes you are seen near a wood tree. Now smiling as in ISKCON, sometimes you are seen smiling as if in ISKCON. जैसे तिरस्कार से हंस रहा हो, muttering his wayward fancies he would rove, and sometimes he was seen wandering and muttering his strange imaginations. Now drooping, sometimes he was seen his head dropping down, woeful man like one forlorn. Sometimes he was seen like a person who was left alone, or crazed with care, or sometimes he was seen puzzled, depressed with worries, or crossed hope in hopeless love, or sometimes he was seen as if he was defeated in love, he was cheated in love. One morn I missed him on the custom hill, but one day, one morning, he was not seen on the hill he was usually seen. कभी कभी नहीं दिखता था. Along the heath, he was not seen near the heath, and near his favorite tree, he was also not seen near his favorite tree. Another day came, but he was again not seen, nor yet beside the rail. He was not seen near the brook, nor up the lawn. He was not seen near the lawn, nor at the wood was he, nor he was near the tree. The next with the just due in Saturday. Next day, he was seen in a procession being taken. अगले दिन वो दिखता है लोगों को जब लोग उसे एक जुलूस के रूप में, उदास जुलूस के रूप में ले जा रहे हैं. Slow through the church we path, we saw him borne carried. We saw him being carried on the path that leads to the church. Approach and read. Then poet said, come near and read. For thou canst read, because you can read. You are a literate person. So you can read. इसलिए आओ और पढ़ो. The lines graved on the stone beneath yon aged thorn, aged old. Because you can read, you are a literate person, so you can read. So come and read the engraved lines on the stone beneath that old thorn tree. And now finally this is the epitaph written on the grave of the poet. Here rests his head upon the lap of earth. Here is lying buried. Here is lying buried the person upon the lap of earth, and he is sleeping here as if a child was sleeping in the lap of his mother. जैसे कोई बच्चा अपनी माँ की गोदी में सो रहा हो. कौन है? A youth, to fortune and to fame unknown. Here is lying buried a person, a young man who could not achieve fortune, who could not earn money in his life, and to fame unknown, and he could not achieve fame as well in his life. उसने अपने जीवन में न तो कभी पैसा कमाया और न ही अपने जीवन में कभी यश कमाया, ना तो नाम मिला. बेचारा पोइट था, इसलिए पोइट होने के नाते उसे न तो कोई बहुत ज़्यादा जानता था और न ही उसने कोई बहुत ज़्यादा पैसा कमाया. Fierce science frowned not on his humble birth, yes, but science did not frown upon him, his humble birth. Although he was born in a humble family, he was born in a poor family, but science did not frown, and melancholy marked him for her own. But by nature, by birth, he was a melancholic man. Last was his bounty, but his fortune was great, and his soul sincere, and he has a sincere soul. Heaven did recompense as largely sent, and for all these things, God compensated him to a large extent. He gave to misery all he had. He was such a kind-hearted person that whenever he saw a person in misery, in trouble, he gave him whatever he had. And what he had? A tear. Didn't have anything else. He could just shed tears out of sympathy. As the poet has already said, he was unknown, a youth to fortune and to fame unknown. So he did not earn much money in his life. So he did not have money to give to someone. But at least out of sympathy, he could shed tears. He gained from heaven. It was always a friend. And for this nature of the poet was a kind-hearted person, and for all the good things, for his good nature, heaven gave him. And or it was only wish, and the poet's only wish was to have a good friend. No further seek his merits to disclose, but in the concluding lines, the poet is saying that no further seek his merits to disclose. Now he is lying buried in his grave. So after his death, please do not try to find out his merits or draw his qualities, weaknesses from their dread abode, and even do not try to find out his weaknesses, his bad habits. There they alike in trembling hope repose. Now he is lying buried in his grave, and trembling hope. He is lying buried with a trembling hope. He is hopeful that for his good nature, good deeds, God will definitely reward him on the day of the judgment. Trembling because he knows that for his bad deeds he will be punished. The bosom of his Father and his God, when he will be face to face with God on the day of judgment. So, thank you, friends. Thank you.